Hello and welcome to the channel. Let's take a look at the story briefly. Two South Africans are amongst the names that are listed in the Espstine files, and one of them is, can you even believe that? The other one will not shock you so much. It is former president, that is Jacob Zuma of South Africa. But they are linking him to a Russian model. Come on, guys. Make it real if you're gonna put Jacob Zuma's name. That is not his type. He is a BBM guy. Everybody knows that he's got ladies and they are all one spec. He has never deviated. They are reaching right now. No, simply, we're not surprised that he's in there, but the allegations they're not make sure. What are your thoughts on him being in the Epstein files? Take a look at this.
There is 1 billionaire. I see his videos are trending, are all over the show. His name is Hersov. What are your thoughts on Rob?
He's gonna love me after this. Hersov family and the Oppenheimers have been in business since 1951. The globalist elites have an agenda. When the people need a hero, we will supply that hero. I have no respect for Rob Hersov. He's a puppet.
Oh, man, what are you saying? Yeah. He always uses an F word and say F-A-N-C, F this. They've literally...
He's paid to act as if he is on the side of the people.
But how do you pay a billionaire? I'm going to push you because there's more to what you are saying. There's just no way that you could... No, I don't want to use hate is a strong word. On a lighter note, you don't like him for obvious reasons. I need the obvious reasons.
Well, the obvious reasons are he is part of the family, and once you're part of this global family, and the secret societies, you never get out of it.
And as soon as I saw this, everything started making sense. For me personally. And again, this is allegedly. But this for me started making sense. And here's why. Hear me out. Firstly, let's ask ourselves a very key question. First question being, what the hell does this man do? What company does he own? Really, like, what is his rise to fame? I want you to think about that. Let that percolate. Once you percolate in that long enough, you also want to ask yourself, because this is what a lot of people had also been asking themselves. What did Jeffrey Epstein do for a living? Like, what was he into? He just shot up into the limelight just overnight from being a high school teacher. What was it that he did with his life? It makes sense. Flippin' hell, it makes so much sense to me right now. All of it makes sense. It makes sense. If you remember, right, when I said this, I thought it was a money, right? But if you remember, not so long ago, a couple of days ago, if not last week, I made a post saying, let me actually just get out of the green screen so I can explain this properly. If you remember, I said the other day, I said, if you want to understand who to vote for in the next election, I want you to listen, right? I want you to listen to what politicians are going to be saying about the Israeli crisis or the occupied Palestine crisis. But most importantly, I don't want you to listen to what they're saying. The most important part is listen to what they are not saying. We've been compromised a long time ago. I thought it was just recently. All of these guys, Rob Hersov, all of these guys have been compromised. by the very same people. And the man took his wife to England while also planning rendezvous with Russian models. It makes sense. It really does make sense. Vogatak. Once again, I'm going to repeat this. If you want to know who to vote for 2024, listen to the leaders' rhetoric around Palestine. That'll tell you exactly who's paying who and who's who.
Well, the thing about these Epstein files is that there is just snippets of information without context. We're not saying that any wrongdoing happened, but by association, Epstein seems to be the dirty word. It seems to be that any association with Epstein or his people seems to be basically the mud that will stick. But obviously, there is no suggestion here that there was any wrongdoing on the part of Jacob Zuma.
So Jacob Zuma didn't have dinner with Jeffrey Epstein after all. Show and Bryce Pease from SABC News actually pointed this out. Remember, at the time of this dinner, Zuma was on a state visit in the UK to meet with Queen Elizabeth. So this dinner took place in March 2010. The problem is Jeffrey Epstein was under house arrest during this time. He was sentenced to house arrest between July 2009 and August of 2010. So there is no way he would have been present for this dinner because he would have been confined to his home in Florida. The problem is how this story was presented. They made it seem like Jacob Zuma and Jeffrey Epstein wined and dined together. If these emails are anything to go by, there was a dinner planned for several people, including former President Jacob Zuma and this Russian model. We don't know what happened at this dinner, but what we do know is that Jeffrey Epstein was not there.
Yeah, there you go. Those are some of the views coming in there. All sorts of conspiracy theorists. And thank you to those that came to, shed some light on some of these issues. Please do follow them on various social media platforms to get a broader sense of their contributions to this topic. Some of these videos have been cut short so that we get what we need to continue the conversation in this video. Please, let's talk about it down below. What are your thoughts on all of this? Of course, it's just a couple that have been named here and there. There are lots more in the millions and millions of files that were released by the United States of America that have all the shenanigans of Jeffrey Epstein. And it looks like at this moment, nothing is really sticking on former President Jacob Zuma. It was just a dinner. And of course, there are no allegations that were laid by this so-called model against Zuma or against Epstein. So it's neither here nor there. Even with the ones that are alleged against Hersov, nothing has been linked to him as being outside of the law, besides partying and having some dinners here and there, as he was a businessman in New York at some point in his life. So you can expect that he would be in those circles. What are your thoughts on this? Of course, the conspiracies, and of course how world powers are coming together in order to do this and that. Those will never end. So what do we believe? At this moment, we wait and see how this one continues. Please let me know down below. Is South Africa safe? Are we under some sort of spell? Is the world under a spell, or is it just conspiracy theorist? The Jacob Zuma Foundation has also come out to rubbish all links and has rubbished any wrongdoing on Jacob Zuma's side. So that has been their response so far. So please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining us on this one. Let's meet on the next video. Bye.